Alright, so you guys are welcome to day 2 of mixing with the XR and MR, digital mixers. So for day 2, we'll be going into how to set up the mix, how to set up the channel, and it's going to be a virtual sound check. It's going to be a virtual sound check. So for the sake of this class, I'm going to upload a multi-track file that you can also use to practice alongside with me. Like you can use to also try on your side alongside with me, so we can do this together. So I'm going to put a link in the caption. So just try and download the files so that we can do it together, so that we can just learn and work things out together. Alright, so let's go into the class. If you're here to subscribe, please subscribe. Thank you. Yeah. So first thing you need to do is download the file. I'm going to show you, and once you have the files downloaded, now whether you use Logic, you use FL, Cubase, anything. So I'm going to show you how to run the file into the I'm going to show you how to run the file into your DAW, your DAW, so that you can have a virtual sound check with your mixer. Yeah. So the first thing you need to do is open up the DAW you want to use. For me, I'm using Logic, so I'm going to open a new file. Going to open a new file. So just create a new file like this. Then just drag the folder. You see it's a multi-track class online. Drag the folder into, and it will ask you use this, create new tracks. Then you just do OK. So what that would do is it would automatically import the files. Can you see? So whether you're using FL Logic, I want to believe that, whether you're using FL, Ableton, like anything, I want to believe that it would automatically arrange everything like this. So and then you can loop it. Just loop it like this, yeah. And that's how you bring it into your DAW. That's how you bring it into your DAW. It's as simple as that. So from there, how do you now send it into your mixer? Like, how does your mixer get the signal from this? Yeah. So what you want to do now is you want to route each of these files, each of these stems, into your mixer. So I'm going to show you how we go about that. So let's start with the drums. Let me arrange it here first, so that you can also arrange it so that it will make it easy for you. So I love to put kick up. It's just something I love to do. I love to arrange my files like this, kick. The way route DAW. First you want to do is, once you have your mixing station on, you want to come to this arrow bot here. Just open the arrow, the routing segment. Then you select this input matrix. So once you select this input matrix, you want to click on this versus here. I think it's called virtual sound check actually. So you click on it, then it will ask you signal source to channel 16, virtual sound check, start, stop. So just click on start. See, store current routing and change to USB. Yes. It's because I've done it before. That's why it's asking me to overwrite old virtual sound check state. So once you do that, it's going to automatically change all of your channels. Can you see? To trim. It's going to automatically switch off all of your channels from physical input, from the physical input to the USB. So it's taking your signal now from USB. Can you see? USB, 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 USB. So I know some of you notice I had to quickly change this because this is what I'm using to speak to you guys, and I had to quickly change it back to the physical input because that's what I'm using it. And of course, I'm recording this entire thing through my iRig into my phone, as you can see here. So once you have changed the input source of the mixer to USB, then you come to your DAW now. So first of all, before you even mix, before you do anything, before you mix or do anything, you need to have a rough idea of what you want to achieve in your mind, like a mental picture, like what you want to achieve. Because this mixer is just, let's say, okay, it's 18 channels, but we know that the extra two are just jack, left and right there, which you can actually use. But we know we have 16 XLR channels. So what do you want to achieve? How is the band like? Do you want to do a kick, snare top, snare bottom, toms, overhead? How many backups? So these are things that you need to envision on ground first before just diving into the mix, so that you don't start and at the end of the day realize that you don't have enough channels for all this thing. So for the sake of this mix, we're just going to be working with the basics. We're going to be doing the kick, the snare, the high tom, low tom, floor tom, and then we'll be working with, we have a stereo keyboard here. We're going to be working with that, and then we have the guitar, and then we have the guitar, then we have the bass, and then we have the lead vocals. We have three more. We have three for the backups. So we're left with two more. So maybe we can do overhead. Maybe we can work with overhead mics. And of course, I'm using this extra channel, so to speak to you guys. So we just touch the basics. Yeah. Alright. So for that now, our channel 1 here is going to be the kick. So to activate this to get this signal out from your DAW to the mixer, we already said we're using kick for channel 1, then we're using snare, right, and all arranged like that. So we'll come to kick here, click on kick here, then click on mono output, then you click on this mono. Now when you click on mono, it's going to bring out the whole 18 outputs of the mixer. So now your DAW is seeing it as an output, then your mixer is seeing it as an input. So I don't know if you understand. So your DAW is sending it out as an output, then this is receiving it out as an input. So you click on 1. It's as simple as that. So you do the same for everyone. You go to your hi-hats, you say 2, and then you put your snare 3, then item 4. So I'm just going to do that for every of the channels like that. Yeah. Alright. So let's just work with this first. For today's class, we'll be starting with the drums. And then we go into vocal. From drums, we go into other instruments. So we start with the drums, and from there we go into other instruments, and then we go into the vocals. Alright. So I've routed my drums from the kick. I'm using overhead mic just for the sake of those that use overhead mic in their churches also. Yes. So I'm playing it from the DAW now. You can see it's appearing on the screen. Yeah. So you can see it's appearing on the screen already. Yeah. So all we need to do now is come. So this is channel 1 is our kick. First you want to check for your live, when you're setting up for a live session or a live performance, is your gain. You want to be sure that your gain is good. Now I can't totally show you how to get it, how to get that the right gain here, because we're using a virtual sound check, and this gain button might not really have so much effect on it because it's the trim that does now. So I'm just going to use this trim button as an example for now. Yeah. So now if you look at the meter, even while the trim is low like this, you can see where the kick is hitting already. Yeah. So you can just take it up a bit. You just want the kick at least Let the signal be good enough. Getting to 18 years. Yeah. So it's fine like this. So the thing about gain now is a different types of microphone, and every mic has their own amping. It has their own, processing ways. So your gain level on this mic might not necessarily be the same gain level on another mic. So you have to know the kind of microphones you are using. You get the gain level on maybe the type of mic I use for these drums might not be the same with. So that's why you need to properly understand what a good gain staging is. You just want to make sure that whatever mic you're using or whatever device you're using to get in sound, you are able to get a clean and good signal. Like you're able to get a very strong and clean signal. That's all. It shouldn't be hitting the red. It should be between maybe minus 18 dB. Isn't bad to get. Alright, so once we have that sorted, I think every other channel, the snare and everything is all cool here. I think every other channel, the snare and everything is all cool here. The kick, yeah? Alright. So that's the kick. Well, so if you love to rename your channels on the mixer, all you need to do is just come to where this channel is written. You can left click, or if you're using your phone, just tap it down. Just tapping down, and it would pop up like this, and then you can rename. And if you want to change the colors also, you can do that. Yeah. So if you want to change the icon too, but there's no time for that. You can also do that. Yeah. So we have all the kick here now, from the kick, hi-hat, snare, high tom, low tom, floor tom, overhead left and right. Yeah. So let's start with the kick here. Let me just put everything up a bit first. Sorry, this is a mistake. Everything should be banned yet. Snare, high tom, floor tom, overhead. Alright. So let's look at the kick first. So we're going to work on them individually first, and then we'll work on them also. Yeah. So now the first thing I want to do is a good EQ. Now for your kick, you can also activate the low cuts. I love to activate the low cut a bit, because bear in mind there are still other low end instruments that are coming in. And just to clean up the low moodiness. Alright. So they are setting. Alright, so for your kick, you can remove this subtractive EQ first. It depends on what works for you. Some people love to do, they love to boost before they cut. Some people love to cut before they boost. Whatever works for you. So the kick sounds good already. You don't need much. And that's why it's good to always mic your drums properly. like mic it properly and do the right thing. So that you don't have to do much when processing. So I just need to get the bites. So we're going to be working with just EQs first, yeah. The beauty of this thing is the more you do, like the more you do this, the more you realize new things. That's just the beauty of this. Because I've actually processed this track. Because I've actually like processed this track. In short, is I've mixed and mastered it already. But working on it again, I'm hearing some other things again. Alright. So yeah. So we can still leave the kick for now because we're still going to EQ again in context with the entire mix. So the next thing is hi-hat. So for your hi-hat, you just want to roll off the low cut completely. Then just give it a bit of a shimmer. That's all. Nothing. Yeah, that's just what you need. Nothing serious. Yes, just need the shimmer. So I think this is cool for hi-hat. Then for your snare, you want to roll up the high cuts, the low cuts rather a bit too. Not too much, because for snare you need that fatness also. And then now for snare, it depends on the tuning of the snare, person playing the snare, the natural sound of the snare also. And because there's no snare bottom mic here, I'm just going to boost this high a bit just to give it the shimmer sound. Like just at least keep it alive. Yeah, I like to give boost this side sometimes just to make the snare sound a bit fat. So we need to reduce that hi-hat a lot. You can hear the blade. Yeah. Alright, so the next thing we need to do now is the high tone. Now you've seen so far that just with EQ, see how it's sounding, and like I always say, you sincerely don't need much. You get the good mics, good drums, good drum head, and you are 80% done. So for the high tone, yeah, so another reason why I'm using this particular track is because I don't know, for the track was sent to me actually to mix, and for some reasons I noticed that the tones, I don't know what was going on, don't know what was happening, but they were not sounding really well to get. And that's why I decided to use this particular track, because I know there are a lot of us, like a lot of churches or a lot of places, your drum it is well. But this just to see how, at least let's just see how we can get the best out of it here. Alright, so let's just do this together, yeah. Alright. So I'm trying to loop parts where the thumb is more constant. So for the tone, there are so many things wrong with this tone. Let's just see what we can do. Something I'm looking for. So another thing that will help you actually again is that there are times whereby you just listen to other mixing and match, like other mixing, other engineers mix. Try to get, okay, what's the best way a tom should sound like, what's the best way a snare should sound like. That way, to help register some sounds in here that you'd, consciously or unconsciously just start getting accustomed to those kind of sound. Yeah. So let's look at the low tom. Trying to look where the low tom is more. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So for your low tom, definitely you want to run a low cut again. Just take it back a bit, somewhere around 70 is fine. Naturally, I just love to look for what to remove first before I start boosting. Also, I actually love to use my in-ear to mix, but I'm just using just the speakers today. Why I love to use in-ears or headphones is because there are times whereby there are certain things you might not hear through the speakers that you might hear from your in-ear or your headphones. There are certain frequencies, there are certain signals, and just some little things that you might not hear. Yeah. 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 All right. So now the floor tom. So for this floor tom, you want to just take out a bit of the mid, boost the low a bit. I think this is okay. Nothing dramatic, nothing too much. Alright. So let's just into everything together first. So let's alright, so we're still working with just EQ. So Now what's left now is overhead, right? So this overhead, you can link them together. I already showed us in day one what's how to link and what it's all about. So linking generally just links both channels. So whatever you do on channel 7 happens on channel 8. Yeah? Now for overhead, the way I love to mount overhead because I'm looking at it as it's over the head of the drums. So you want to capture the general ambience and everything. So I love to just still mix it like I'm like mixing the entire drums. You know, I know some people love to just cut it, just cut the low end like that. But I don't. Yeah. So little shimmer. Yeah. So and then blend it into the mix. Yeah. Something like this is fine. Yeah. All right. So we just EQ. At least we've been able to achieve this so far. So let's go into the other side of it. Let's go into. All right. So I think we'll go with the drums a bit. Alright, so let's just finish drums today. So what else do we need to do? We need to assign them, we need to group them. So what you need to do is click on the channel. You can either click on this config button here. I love to assign all of them to the same, like one, mute group 1, DCA 1, and then just keep going next. Mute 1, DCA 1, mute 1. So all drums. So all drums. Mute 1, DCA 1, just like that. So once you have done that, what that means is that we come here now, you can see my DCA here now. I'm going to rename it to drums. So for those that didn't see that, you just come down here, you should be there already, you see DCA, and then just, because we've assigned it here already, now I made this now. I didn't add something to the DCA. I didn't add this. Okay, because it's not supposed to. Alright. So now this is the entire drums now. So when we are mixed drums. So another way you can do it actually is if you come to your DC and you select it drums, you can add and remove anything. See, you can add and remove anything. So there are a lot of ways. So you can do this. So what this just helps is just to help you group everything in one side. It's not the same as subgroup because with this DCA you can't EQ, you can't do anything, you can't compress. It's just to help you, like. So what DCA does is that it's just to help you keep whatever you want, common stuffs you want, common sounds, common instruments, common elements in like one place. So for these drums, I can decide to change it to percussion and put drums and talking drum there. Like if maybe it's a pre-settings and I have a percussion, I have talking drum, akpala, everything and all. I can decide to just name this percussion and have all of the drums and percussion in that place. So it's easy for me to just Mute and unmute. Do you understand? So, but aside from that, difference between DCA and subgroup is that subgroup you can still EQ, like you can still process a subgroup. You can't process a DCA. So I don't know if that's simple enough. You know, difference between subgroup and DCA is that you can process your subgroup. You can't process your DCA. So DCA is basically to just help you gather like sounds or your like sounds or the what you want to keep together in a place. You get, so I can decide to have my drums here. If I have talking drum, I can decide to add talking drum to it and rename it to percussions. Do you understand? So for subgroup, I can still process them. Like I can still EQ them. I can still EQ them. I can still compress it in subgroup. I can still add plugins in subgroup. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's just it. And I'll show us how we can use the general mute button also. So that's that for drums. So let's go into the instruments. So we have the keyboard in 1516. So I've routed my keyboard to 1516. So I'm going to link them. And if you have them up now, let's listen to them. Trim down the gain a bit because so for piano, nothing much. You shouldn't be that deep, shouldn't be that serious. So it depends. Some people love to make their piano bright, like some people love to make their piano bright. Based on the kind of ambience you are going for. Now, if you're looking for that kind of ill song ambience, then definitely need to cut the eye a lot. But we need the piano bright for this. Now let's do the bass guitar 14. So I'm routing the bass guitar to 14. After this 7-day class, you should be able to have a very clean mix and online stream now. Bass guitar also, see a lot have changed. It's not that time that you just. So for bass guitar also, we're not. This is not 2001. This is 1997 that you just take bass and you just cut off the high end. Just roll off the high end and say it's really low that you want. Don't be a bushman. Just use my trackpad. Also make sure that your bass is processed properly. Like if you're not using a combo, you're using a DI box. Like if you're not using a combo, you're using a DI box. Do you understand? So I can get a clean sound. Yeah. So yeah. Alright. So where are we? Okay. So now I the backups. So for instruments here, this one is supposed to be my lead guitar. So you know what will happen? For today's class, let me put the lead guitar in 13. So we just work with all instruments for today. Yeah, I've tried. So 13. So I'm going to remove the vocals from 13 and put the lead guitar there. So this guitar was sent to me and it was distorting somehow. So I might need to do more than a regular EQ. I might need to do more than a regular EQ because so it's distorting. So I hear that. I don't like it when guitar distorts. So remember that I won't cut this much or this high. I don't know, it's just distorting in my ear. Yeah, it's better like this. So that's all. Yeah. Okay, like this. So for the instruments, so let me just rename it then. From 13 we have the lead guitar. Then 14 we have the bass guitar. Then 15 we have keys. Left. Then we have keys. Right. Should I use this out? No, this guys. Let's stick to this. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, let's just leave it like that. So we have a lead guitar here. So now we'll do the same thing for these channels. So we'll put instruments on mid 2 and DCA 2. So lead guitar, bass guitar. So now let's open the drums. Alright. So I think we'll stop here for today. Tomorrow we include the vocals and from there we go into other things, beats, compression tomorrow. And from there on we'll move. Alright, so I hope you guys are learning something. I hope you are following along. I hope you are getting something to get. So alright. So thank you guys for joining today's class. See you in day 3. All right. So thank you for joining day two. Make sure you don't miss any of these days, and share to your friends, then share to people that also will need this. Also, the idea is that you can't have this kind of mixer in your church and still be having a bad sound, or still be having a poor live stream. Do you understand? And also bear in mind that everything we're doing is virtual. When it comes to live, there are other factors which at the end of the class I'm still going to speak about it. I'm still going to show you there are little things that might affect the your mix because it's in a live, there are it's in a live environment and all. It's not like a virtual sound check like this. But this is just for you to understand the basics and know what to do. Do you guys get it? So please don't forget to subscribe and like, I don't know, just comment, subscribe. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If you have anything you would love me to answer or anything you love to share, just let me know. Thank you guys. God bless you all.